Continuing Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, sloka number 41. Vyavasayatmika buddhihi ekeha guru nandana bahushakahyanantascha buddhayo avyavasayinam. Krishna had been trying to bring the necessity of fighting the war into Arjuna's mind. He had tried various ways of approach to the issue. And now he has talked about it is not necessary that you only have a theoretical knowledge, you must put it into practice also. And it doesn't make a difference how much effort you have put in. Even little bit of effort will have its result and it will not go waste. Neha abhikramanaso asti pratyavayo na vidyate. Nor will there be any counter effect not conducive to the aim sought. Swalpamapi asya dharmasya trayate mahado bhayate. Even doing a little bit of your duty in this respect will save you from a very heavy sin. Being a Kshatriya, fighting is your job. If you don't do it, you will be going against the Dharma. If you do even a little bit, even if you happen to die in it, you have done your job and you are saved from the sin. Now continuing, Vyavasaya Atmika Buddhihi Eka Iha Kuru Nandana Bahusakahi Anantaha Buddhyaha Avyavasayina. Vyavasaya Atmika. When you are doing a job, you have got to have a concentrated, one-pointed attention to the job that you are doing. And that is the only one which will ensure your mind is tuned towards the work and the work will go successful. Vyavasaya Atmika, one-pointed buddhihi, determination, eka iha, is the only channel open to you, only option at your disposal. A complete concentration and one-pointed attention of your mind in fighting the Kauravas. That is the only thing that you are required to do here. E Kurunandana, O joy of the Kuruvamsha. Bahushakaha, many branched he indeed, Anantaha and endless, Buddhayaha, thoughts, Avyavasayinam, for those who are not resolute, who are not one-pointed mind, who have not concentrated on their job. Many alternative solutions will keep on occurring in the mind. They will follow not a single one of them. They will start something and leave it and try something else. And that way, it is not one solution that will occur to them, to their mind, but the mind will go in multifarious ways and the net result will be no use by pursuing any of these methods. On the other hand, if you are single-pointed, paying attention to the job in hand, you will succeed. That's the purport of this particular sloka. Moving on. Sloka number 42. Yami mam pushpitam vacham pravadanti va vispasititah. Who is this? Who is this? Will you switch off? Will you switch off your mic? Yami mam pushpitam vacham pravadanti avipaschitaha vedavadarata pata नान्यदस्ति इति वादिनः. There are some people who stick on to the Karmakanda portion of the Veda. And they talk so glorious about the Karmakanda, good enough. Because Karmakanda is the starting step towards spiritual evolution and they are attached to it, good enough. But that alone will not fetch the desired end result of Brahmajnana. They do not understand that. On the other hand, they follow the Karmakanda so much, the rituals part of the Vedas so much, that they quote the Vedas as a support of their actions, and they say that this is all that is to be learnt, this is all the Veda has says. Yam imam pushpitam vacham pravadanti avipaschitaha Veda vada rataha partha na anyad asti iti vadinaha. These people, how do they talk? They talk very flowery talk, very praising words about the Karmakanda portion. Here, the Veda referred to is the Karmakanda portion. And they are indifferent to proceed further to the Jnana Marga. They get stuck at the ritual stage only. And since the Karmakanda recommends the performance of the various rituals for attaining various worldly ends, they say, look, even the Veda asked me only to do this. They haven't gone any further. So they think that's all the Veda and they talk so much. Yam imam pushpitam vacham. Yam, which imam, this pushpitam, flowery, vacham, argument, speech, pravadanti, they put forward. Who? Avipaschitaha, the unwise pupil. Veda vada rataha, pupil who quote the Karmakanda portion of the Vada in support of their stand. Veda vada rataha. He Partha, he Arjuna, anyate na asti iti vadinaha. They say there is nothing else except this portion. So the unwise delight in these flowery words. They dispute about what the Veda says ultimately. They say that this Karmakanda portion is be all and end all. You might have seen yourself, there are many people who stick on to the Karmakanda portion only and never make efforts to do meditation, upasana, shravana, manana, nididhyasa and jnana. Krishna says in another place, na jnanena sadrisham. There is nothing equal to the jnana, and that is the ultimate step. You can't take a person directly to the jnana state, so you discipline him first, make him go towards the God, make him fulfill his duties, all in Karmakanda. And then in the Jnana Kanda, in the Upanishads, in the Brahmanas, in the Aranyakas, the Veda tells them about the supreme path which is open to them. And these short-sighted, less educated, unwise people talk only about the Karmakanda. Moving on, Shloka 43. Kamatmana swargaparaha janma karma palapradam kriya vishesha bahulam bhogaishcharya gatim prati. Those who are desire-ridden, those who think that the goal of birth is attainment of heaven and nothing else, reaching the heaven, that's the end of life, and therefore activities connected in that particular direction. Their words, their arguments consist only of the rights, and those rights bring them pleasure, bring them leadership, no doubt. It continues in the next sloka. Bhoga Aishwarya Prasaktanam Taya Apakrita Chetasam Vyavasaya Atmika Buddhihi Samadau Na Vidiyate. Such people who stick to the Karmakanda portion of the rituals part only given in the Vedas, worship the Lords, do various homa in order to attain what their worldly desires are and enjoy the consequential benefit which they get. And by this, their mind is not determinate towards the ultimate end of achieving the Brahman. Such people, samadho, in samadhi, their mind cannot fix. They cannot rise to the level of doing a samadhi, performing the samadhi, getting the result of samadhi towards achieving Brahmajnana. The two slokas should be read together. Kamatmana svargaparaha janma karma palapradam kriya vishesha bahulam bhogaishcharya gatim prati bhogaishwarya gatim prati bhogaishwarya prasaktanam tayapahrita chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhi samadau na vidhiyate. Kama atmanaha, they are full of desires. Janma karma palapradam, the result of their rituals, swargaparaha, lead to heaven, and they are intended, they are interested in achieving Swarga as the end result of their ultimate karma. Kriya Vishesha Bahulam. And towards that end, what rituals have been suggested, they are very happy in performing those rites. And because of the result of such yajna, yaga, etc., leading towards the satisfaction of their desires and attainment of heaven, and enjoying their pleasure and happiness in this earth also. Bhoga Aishwarya Gatim Prati, towards enjoyment of the various pleasures of life and getting wealth in the earth. Bhoga Aishwarya Prasaktanam, for such people, Taya Apahrita Chetasam, because of getting immersed in the wealth acquisition and enjoyment of pleasure, their minds have become deluded. And for such people, Vyavasaya Atmika Buddhihi Samadho na Vidyate. Their mind cannot get one pointed in their pursuit and they cannot attain Samadhi, the calmness of mind, the calmness, placid state, the achala, nischala state of mind is essential to be able to get detached from the world, not lured by its pleasurable offerings, what we call the prayers, but concentrate on the superior goal of attaining the Brahman called the Shreyas. The minds of such people who seek desire satisfaction, enjoyment of pleasures of the earth and attaining the heaven as their only goal by rituals, such people cannot get into a samadhi. Then the question asks, Krishna assumes what will be the doubt going in the mind of Arjuna. A good guru, when he is teaching to the people and observes the teacher students' attention, can make out what doubts come into their minds. And without their asking, the Guru automatically gives the answer for it. That's what Krishna is doing in the next 9 slokas, 45 to 53. He has said in 38 to 41 that Sankhya Yoga is okay, that is the rituals and attaining of a theoretical knowledge is okay, good enough. But that is not enough. You become a karmi, a person doing karma yoga. That is important. Put to practical use the knowledge you acquired theoretically. And then in 42, 44 he says, for the spiritual enlightenment is not given to one who is given to enjoyment of life and attaining of the pleasures of the world and heaven. So now he is going to say, what is the key to yoga? That is, how a karma yogi wanting to become a jnana yogi should act. What is the key for that? That is going to give in the slokas 45 to 53. Traigunya Vishaya Vedaha Nistraigunyo Bhavarjuna Nirdvando Nitya Sattvaso Niryogatshema Atmavan. Traigunya Vishayaha Vedaha Nistraigunya Bhava Arjuna Nirdvandaha Nitya Sattva Staha Nitya Sattva Staha Niryoga Kshemaha Atmavan. Krishna advises, look, this prapancha has got 3 gunas. Prakriti Jaihi Gunaihi. They are born in the Prakriti as a part of its Maya effect. The world has got Sattva, Raja, Guna, Sattva, Rajoguna and Tamasa Guna attractions to the people, due to which they do so many things. And you should get out of those 3 gunas. Though Sattva Guna is good, there's no doubt. But even that will bring back your Janma and Mrityu. Of course, Rajoguna and Tamasaguna definitely get you Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam. That is the nature of the Prakriti, of the world, of the earth, of the life here. One who gets caught in these 3 gunas, any one of them, they are only graded relatively with reference to the results they get. But otherwise, all the 3 of them will take you for a rebirth. So, don't get caught into it. Rise above it. Here, the word Vedaha refers to Prakriti. Traigunya Vishayaha Vedaha. This Prakriti, by nature, consists of the 3 attributes, 3 gunaha. Tamasa, Rajasa, Sattva Gunaha. And don't get caught into them. Nistraigunya Bhava. Nihi Traigunya Bhava Arjuna. Hey Arjuna, you become not attached to, not dictated by, not motivated by any one of the 3 gunas. On the other hand, what do? if you have to proceed in the Karma Yoga, leading to Jnana Yoga, what you should do? Nirdhandaha. Dhanda is a pair of opposites. Jaya, Ajaya, Labha, Alabha, winning, losing, all these are the two alternatives of one particular situation taken anytime, anywhere. You don't get caught into it. For example, Labha, Labha. If you get caught into the Labha, profit making, you would like to do more Labha. So your attention will go only in that angle. Suppose you happen to incur loss, you would like to convert that loss into a Labha. Therefore, you will put in further efforts, and both these methods, both these dualities fix you back into actions by which you get a rebirth. Similarly goes for the other dualities. You rise above these dualities. Nirdhandaha bhava. Nitya sattva sthaha. Out of the three gunas, sattva guna is by far better than the other two. So, you get first of all established in the sattva guna. In the sattva guna, your temptations will be controlled. You will be a good person following the rules specified in the Shastras, and therefore remain in that goodness. Nir yoga kshemaha. Yoga kshema. LIC's slogan, logo, yoga kshema. What do they mean? Yoga and kshema. Yoga comes from the word yuga, to collect, to acquire, to get more and more things of your desired satisfaction. And kshema is what you have got, protecting it so that you don't lose it. So what do? We work hard to acquire something first, and then work hard to keep that safe and sound, undisturbed, not snatched by anybody. Both methods, Krishna says, take you into the world. They cannot help you to attain Brahmajnana. Therefore, neither do yoga nor do kshema. Nir yoga kshema bhava Arjuna. Sloka number 46. यावानर्थ उदपाने सर्वतः संप्लुतोदके तावान् सर्वेषु वेदेषु ब्राह्मणस्य विजानतः. यावान् अर्थः उदपाने सर्वतः संप्लुत उदके तावान् सर्वेषु वेदेषु ब्राह्मणस्य विजानतः. The Padavibhaga. What does it mean? Imagine two situations. A situation, a village with a tank of water in it. Normal days, you consume the water, tanks get filled up, you consume more water, it becomes empty, gets more water, you fill up. The cycle continues. That tank of water is very essential for you. Imagine the river of the village floods up. The whole area is filled with water. When the whole area is filled with water and fresh water is continuously flowing in the river, then what is the use of this tank water? It is not required. The tank water is required only when the river goes dry or flows very thin. Similarly, there are two persons one a spiritual progressor and the other a spiritually achieved person. The person who is in the spiritual ladder, for him Veda is important. He has to know the details given in the Veda, the advices, the do's and don'ts. All that he has to know so that he can proceed in the path. For a Pandita, a Brahmana here is a Pandita. Again, I want to authoritatively state a Brahmana is not necessarily one who has gone in the Brahmin family. Brahmam janati sa Brahmanaha. Only a person who has made efforts to know the Brahman, he alone is the Brahmin. So such a Brahmin who has attained Brahmajnana, for him what is the use of Sahasra Shirisha Purusha Sahasracha Sahasrabhat? He has gone much above that stage. There's no use of this Veda to him. Just as when pure water is flooding on the rivers, there is no need for the water stored in the tank. That is what this sloka says. Let's see the word by word meaning. Yavan, as much arthaha, use, udapane, for the water in the reservoir. When sarvataha, everywhere, sampluta udake, being flooded with the water, with the fresh water. Tavan, so much. What is the use of the tank water to a place which is flooded with fresh water? The same use is for a Brahmin who is a Brahmajnani and going through the Vedas. There's no need for him to go through all those Vedas, the advices, the stipulations, not required. He has gone above that stage. Tavane, that much use only. Sarveshu Vedeshu, in all the Vedas. Only that much of use. As much as of the tank water to a place where fresh water is flooding. Meaning what? Not required. Similarly, the Veda knowledge is not required for him. Brahmanasya, of the person who has realized Brahman, Vijanataha, and who knows, a knowledgeable person, for him these Vedas are not required. One beauty which runs through complete Sanatana Dharma is the Sanatana Dharma in its scriptures motivates you to learn the Karmakanda portion, follow the various rituals, fulfill your desires, get satisfied, then desire to achieve the heaven, fulfill the desire, and then say that this enjoyment either on the earth or on the heaven is nothing before the enjoyment of being with the Narayana himself, with the Supreme Person himself. So what does he do? He discards all that Karmakanda portion and proceeds further to the Upasana Kanda and the Upanishad stages. So, exactly as a man who has got plenty of fresh water, not needing the tank, a Brahmin who has attained Brahmajnana does not need the Vedas. Get the point very clearly. Don't think that Vedas are therefore useless. Vedas are like the crutches for a lame person. He cannot walk without the walking stick. For him it is essential. But for a person who has got very good legs and who can run What is the need of work music? Sloka number 47. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma paleshu kadachana ma karma palaheturbu ma te sangostu akarmani. Karmani eva adhikaraha te ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma pala hetuhu bhu ma te sangam astu akarmani. You might have heard this sloka very often, quoted by so many people, those who understood, those who are not understood, both. Pay full attention, understand it properly. Karmas or rituals which you are required to perform to attain a certain end. This is the Sankhya Yoga. It is the yoga of knowledge. But this is only in a theoretical stage. Only when it is put to practical use, it becomes a karma yoga. This is only a karma, action. Only when that is put in its true spirit. What is the true spirit? I will tell you. Only when that bookish knowledge is put to its true spirit, that becomes karma yoga. Krishna has said earlier, do karma, but proceed to karma yoga. Doing karma is getting attached to the results. You want a child, so you do Putra Kameshti Yoga. You want wealth, therefore you do a yoga propitiating Lakshmi and Kuvera. You want to earn a good name, you want to win a war, do a karma kanda rituals. So that is the karma action. That action has got attached to it the looking for the result. So when you do an action looking for a result, good enough, that result is important to you, you have done it. But that does not elevate you spiritually. The elevation to spiritual path comes when you do an action because it is to be done by you. That's all. You are not bothered what is going to bring you or not bring you. That's a saying which says, even a murkha does not do a job without anticipating the result. Phalam na uddheshya murkhopi na kurute. Even a murkha does not do a job without looking for the phala. Therefore, sir, what are you saying? How can you ask me to do a job without expecting the phala? No. What it says is, do it. Do the action. But don't expect only a particular result. Do it as it is your duty to do it and not looking for the result thereof. A mother looks after a child, looks after her boy so intently, she may go without food if necessary, but give the food to the child. She may work in 10 houses and earn money to make his son study. Why does she do it? Is it because she expects that tomorrow that son becomes a rich man and provide her all the riches and happiness? No, not at all. He says, he is my son. It is my duty to see that he is comfortable and he comes up in life. So she does not look for the benefits that she is going to get, but she looks for the benefits the other party, the son, is going to get. That is the correct approach. That's what this sloka says. Karmanyeva adhikaraste. Your duty is to perform the karma only. Ma paleshu kadachana, not in the result that it is going to bring you. You have to do it. Kartavyam iti kartavyam. Kartavyam. Madubeku. You have to do it. Therefore, kartavyam. Do it. Don't say, if I do this, that will come, therefore I... No. That should not be your approach. Your approach should be dictated by your duty to perform. And not by the result it is going to fetch. Now, Arjuna might think, if I don't look for the benefit and you ask me to do it, why the hell I should do it? Why should I take the trouble of doing something without carrying what is going to end up in? That is akarma, inaction. Not doing a job, when you say, don't do a job looking for its result. He says, okay, in that case I don't do the job only, I don't care. In any case, I am not going to look at the karma pala. Therefore, I will not do the work at all, finished. No, that also you can't do. Because ma karma pala hetuhu buhu. You don't become responsible for the result of an action which you like, but te sangaha astu na akarmani. And therefore don't say, I will not work. In inaction also you cannot have a part. Krishna says in another place in Bhagavad Gita that I have everything. This world is created by me. Whatever you have or everybody has is all given by me only. There is nothing that I should work for and get. So I can keep quiet without working. Akarma. No, I cannot do that. Because I have taken a human birth. And a human birth has got a goal for which you have to do certain activities. Since I have taken that birth, I also have to do my duty. So, that is exactly what is meant in this sloka. You, by virtue of your position in life, are expected to do certain things. Must do it. Don't look for the result is very good, therefore I do it. No. Understand it very clearly. Karmanyev adhikaraha ma pareshu kadachana. Your adhikara, your right, your duty to do a job is only in the action, because that action is your duty. Not the result of it is your benefit. Action is your duty. For a father to bring up the children and look after the family and provide protection, wealth, everything to the family is a duty. He should not think that if I do this, I will get it. So no. Unfortunately, there are enough fathers in our world who become vagabonds. They produce like pigs and don't take care of the family. In many cases, particularly in the lower strata of the society, it is the women who have to do all the work to bring up the family. Unfortunate. Why? Because these fathers are irresponsible. They don't think that it is their duty. They have brought the children into the world. It is their duty to work for them, work for the wife whom they are gone and married, and look after them. No. They are the true followers of Karmanyeva Adhikaraste. My job is only to go and get married and produce children. I am not in the looking after them. No, unfortunate. It is a twisted meaning of this sloka. Proceeding further, sloka number 48. Yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddhya sadhyoho samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. Yogastaha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhanam jaya siddhi asiddhayoho samaha bhutva Samatvam yogaha uchyate. The same point in a different way he puts across. He addresses him Dhananjaya. Why he addresses him? Because Arjuna was a great warrior. He used to go on many expeditions, defeat the kings, and come back with their wealth. When you defeat a country, what do? You loot all their wealth and bring it to your own country. Dhanam jayati iti Dhananjaya. In this way, he has made plenty of money. Indirectly, he says, don't do the same thing here. Do your actions so that you can get the results. Fight the war so that you can definitely get the winning in it. Good. Your aim should be the win. But if it ends into loss also, you can't say, I am likely to end up in loss, I will not do my work. You had to fight. If you get ended up with a victory, good enough. You had looked for it, you have got it, okay, not supposed to do, you have done it, but you have got it. But if you happen to lose, then you say, I will not fight because I will lose. No, you can't say that. Whether you are going to be victorious or lose in the battle, you have definitely to fight the battle. What Iran is doing against US today, they had to fight the battle to protect their country, whatever may be the arguments in favor and against. So here he says, with that full-fledged determination, do your job. Hey Dhananjaya, you are used to acquiring wealth. Like that, don't think here also I should acquire the wealth of winning, but you have to do your job of fighting, whatever the result. Hey Dhananjaya, that's why he calls him Dhananjaya. Yogastaha Kuru Karmani. Yogastaha, yoges yaha asti. One who is in the dutiful act, that is yoga. Yogastaha, being involved in the yoga as a duty to be performed, steadfast in the yoga, karmani kuru, form the duties that you are required to do. Sangam, attachment, tyaktva, having abandoned, without getting attached to the action that you do your job. Kartavyam iti kartavyam. Because you have to do it, you must do it. Because you are a Kshatriya, it is your duty to fight, you must fight. Whether it ends up in loss or victory, we can see later. देखा जाएगा. फिलहाल आपका काम क्या है? Fight the war. That's all. That is what is meant by karmani eva adhikarate ma phaleshu kadachana. Phala may be plus or minus, win or loss. Don't worry about it. What is your present, at this moment, what is your duty? As a Kshatriya, fight for a good cause. Therefore fight. Karmani eva adhikaraha ma phaleshu kadachana. So, yogastaha guru, with this determination, having got into this yoga, do your job. Sangam tyaktva, don't get attached to the work. Attached to what? Just like you were saying, no, families will die and that will happen, this will happen, what will happen. So many families will stand in the street and the wives will become widows, will get character loss. Forget about all that. Don't get attached to it. It's your duty to fight, fight. Siddhi asiddhyoho samo bhutva. You achieve your result or you don't achieve your result. Both of them should be equal to you. In either case, fight. have the determination, I will fight. Whether it is going to be siddhi or asiddhi, achievement or loss of achievement, not getting it. This type of action is the yoga. What is karma yoga? This is karma yoga. Karma yoga, getting involved in karma without anticipating what will happen, and only because it is your duty to do that karma. Samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. This equanimity of approach, evenness of the mind, is the yoga. Sloka number 49. Durena hyavaram karma buddhi yoga dhananjaya buddhau sharanam anvicha kripanaha phalahetavaha. Right. Durena hi avaram karma buddhi yogat dhanam jaya buddhau sharanam anu icha kripanaha phala hetavaha. We have seen there are two types of karma. One is a motivated karma, that you will get this, therefore do it. The other one is, come what may, whatever may be the result, my karma, I have to do it. So there are two, isn't it? The first is called karma. The second is called karma yoga. This karma is far inferior compared to the karma yoga. Durena, by far. Avaram, inferior. He, indeed. What is inferior? Karma, motivated action. Action looking at the result. Karma palam uddishya yat karmam karoti. Anticipating the result for your favorable result, working, that is karma. That is the ritual. That is inferior from what? With reference to what? Or better than which? Buddhi yogate dhananjaya. This type of action for a specific end is inferior to buddhi yoga. Yoga without anticipating whatever may result. Do thy duty that is best, leave unto the God all the rest. Don't look for the result to be in your favor and therefore do it, but work, because working is your duty. 1 minute. Durena, by far, avaram, inferior, is karma, motivated action, expecting the result thereof and therefore doing the job. No, it is worse than, inferior to buddhi yoga, karma yoga, that is action performed in equanimity of the mind, not looking for the result, but looking it is your duty to do a job. Here what he is referring to, don't fight with the mental confusion that this war I have to fight to get my victory. But what will happen, my God, in that so many losses? Forget about all that. Your aim should be, I should fight because fighting is my dharma. Barking is the dharma of a dog. Fighting the war is the dharma of a kshatriya. Advising, instructing, teaching is the dharma of a Brahmin. Ensuring economic welfare is the dharma of a Vaishya. helping all others to a maximum extent is the dharma of a Shudra. So, dharma is the one for which you have to act. If you act expecting a result, it is inferior to acting without expectation of a result. For that, Buddhau Sharanam Anuicha, you desire for what? Buddhau, in your intellect, which will tell you, fight without looking for the results. Kripanaha Palahetavaha. Anticipating a favorable result if you do a job, then you are Kripana, a wretched fellow, a lowest character. Sloka number 50. Buddhi yukto jahati hai ube sukrita duskrite tasmat yogaya yujyasva yoga karmasu kausalam. Krishna will not leave till Arjuna understands it fully. So he continues. Buddhi yukto jahati iha ube sukrita duskrite. Buddhi yukta, a karma yogi, a person who acts without expecting a result. He ube sukrita duskrite. Both actions which lead to punya or papa, which lead to good or bad results, both such attitudes, jahati, he discards. He casts away, he throws away. That idea doesn't occur to him. A karma yogi, the thought doesn't occur. What I do is going to be good luck, is going to bring me bad luck. No, I don't care. We will see it later when it comes. My immediate job is to fight. That is what is my karma. That thought comes. Therefore, both the punya and papa, he discards, he casts away. Since you are intelligent, fellow my dear Arjuna, tasmat yogaya yujyasva. You work for that karma yoga attitude. You work with that karma yoga attitude of not looking for the results. And whatever happens out of that, you said no, that families will come to the street, etc., etc. Forget about all that. What's your immediate job? Fight. It's a military order. Yogaha karmasu kausalam. In all your actions, ensure skill. Karmasu, in all your action, in the karma that you do. Kausalam, do it very good job. Do it a skillful job. That is the yoga. Yoga karmasu kausalam. Work done to perfection is verily yoga. Work done for result of the action is not yoga, is not karma yoga. Work done expecting, anticipating a result is Sankhya, called karma only. Whereas work done not expecting a result is karma yoga. So he is telling Arjuna not to get involved in a desire motivated karma, but get involved in a karma not anticipating your desire. Sloka number 51. Karma jam buddhi yukta hi phalam tyaktva manishinaha janma bandha vinirmuktaha padam gacchanti anamayam. So you may say, Arjuna might ask, okay sir, I do as you say, but what is the benefit of that? And what is preferable, what I should do? The answer comes, buddhi yukta hi janma bandha vinirmuktaha karmajam palam tyaktva Anamayam padam gachanti. Manishinaha. Manishinaha, man ka Ishwar. Manishinaha. That is, those who control their mind, whose mind work as per what your Atma wants. Manishinaha, the wise people, such people are the wise. Buddhi yuktahi, possessed of the knowledge, of the correct knowledge, as I described all this time. Buddhi yuktahi manishinaha phalam karmajam phalam, the result which is arising out of the karma, tyaktva, discarding it, not looking for it, not working for it. Janma bandha vinirmuktaha, completely detached from the birth or from the bandha, bondage. Nothing should affect your karma. Only such people who work without expecting results, without looking for the good and bad, but only with the sole motive of doing the job is your duty, therefore do it. Only such karma yogis anamayam padam gachanti. Anamayam, beyond evil, padam, abode, gachanti. That is, they will become Narayana Sayujyam. They will get the Narayana Sayujyam. The wise, imbued with the evenness of the mind, renounce the fruits of their actions. That way they are freed from their karma, and therefore the birth is not going to be dictated by their work. They will reach the Brahmapada. The last sloka for the day. Yada te moha kalilam buddhir vyaditarishyati tada gantasi nirvedam shrotavyasya shrutasya cha. Yada te moha kalilam buddhihi vyati tarishyati tada ganta asi nirvedam shrotavyasya shrutasya cha. Some people get carried away with what they have heard in a particular situation. They adopt it for all the situations. And some people might anticipate what will happen tomorrow. Such people, they will not have the evenness of mind. Their mind will always be in sanchala, confused state. And the job that they do with that confused state will be a failure. Whereas there is a taint, there is a kalanka of the mind. If you overcome that kalanka, come what say, whoever may say anything, whatever shastras might say anything, whatever tomorrow people might say anything, my duty is what I should do now and I will do that. Because it is dictated by selflessness. With that understanding, when you work, then only your work will be a yoga. Otherwise, it is an effect of willful, wanton, desire-ridden activity. When your understanding crosses that kalanka, you gain indifference. You become careless. What others say, what will say tomorrow, what has heard so far. No, I have done my job, that's all. That conviction should be there, says Krishna. Yada te moha kalilam. Moha kalilam means tainted because of delusion, because of ajnana, because of not understanding correctly. Yada te moha kalilam buddhihi, that type of a thinking, that type of a buddhi, vyatitarishyati, you cross it, only then, tada, nirvedam gantasi, you become indifferent to what? Shrotavyasya cha, shrutasya cha, for what you have heard and what you may hear in future. He said, no, that people will say, Arjuna has killed his own people, that is what you have heard. And you said, therefore I will not fight. And then what will happen? What he said is, Shrotavya, Shrotasya, Shrotavyasya. What he has heard so far is that, look at Arjuna, he is killing his own kith and kin for the sake of the Rajya. And what you are going to hear in case you go by that and not fight a war, they say, look at this fellow, he called himself a big warrior, he is a coward. He ran away from the battle. So don't listen to that also, don't listen to this also. What is your duty, do that. That's what Krishna says as the final advice. From the next sloka, we are going to another very important sloka. Alright, one more sloka I will do it. After that, from that next one, we are going to a new angle, Sthita Prajna, one who is enlightened. Okay, the last sloka before that, Shruti Vipratipannate Yadastasyati Nischala Samadhavachala Buddhi Tada Yogamavapsyasi. Shruti Vipratipanna Te Yada Stasyati Nischala Samadhau Cha Achala Buddhi Tada Yogam Avapsyasi. Now he says, get into yoga. When your intellect is tossed about, confused about the various opinions heard and opinions going to hear in future, forget about all that. Your buddhi should become now poised, fixed, firmly fixed in samatva, equilibrium, evenness of mind, no confusions, no various thoughts, contradicting thoughts. Then you have got into Karma Yoga, and that you get into. That's what the Lord advises. Shruti Vipratipanna, perplexed by what you have heard. Te, your Yada Stasyati, take a stand. Nischala, immovable. From that point of decision you are taken, you are not going to waver. Samadhav, in the Samadhi, what is Samadhi? That state in which your mind is fully under your control, it is not dictated by anything else, there is no delusion, there is no wavering thoughts, there is no different solutions, but Eka Santagrahi, one-pointed thinking fellow only. That is the Samadhi state. That state is Achala, steady. Your buddhi then Yogama Vapsyati, shall attain yoga. That is, when your intellect, which is tossed about by the various options available to you or opinions which have been told, given and which are likely to be given in future, forget about all that. You become one-pointed in your action of doing your duty, dharma, Get firmly fixed in your mind as to what you are going to do and then proceed. That is yoga. Yogastha kuru karmani. Yoge staha kuru karmani. By getting into that yoga frame of mind, do your action. What action? Krishna wants him to fight only because he is a Kshatriya and he is fighting for a good cause, a righteous cause. He should not be taken away by different thoughts, worldly thoughts, or even the criticism that might come. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you fight, they will say, look at this fellow fighting his own kith and kin. If you don't fight, they will say, look at this fellow, he is a coward, he has run away from fighting. So both will have the effect on your mind. Forget about it. Throw those thoughts coming into your mind. And you ask the question, what is my job? I am a Kshatriya. I have to fight for a righteous cause. These fellows are putting a wrong attitude by usurping my kingdom. I should get it back. How do I get it? By fighting. Therefore I will fight. I don't care what people say, what they have said in the past or what they are going to say in the future. I don't care whether I am going to win in the war or I am going to lose in the war. I don't care if I die or if I enjoy. I will pay attention only to performance of my duty. That's it. Come to that attitude, Arjuna, says Krishna. How nice if we have Krishna like this in our life. Yes, that Krishna is there in our mind. If you go into samadhi, if you go into concentrated thought about any particular activity, you will also achieve that Karma Yoga stage. That's what the Lord tells, by telling Arjuna, tells you and I. Sai Ram, here we stop our discussion. Sai Ram. Sai Ram, Sai Ram.